tip, almost taken away by Fudd, goes out of bounds. And we're going to stay on this side of the floor. That was 6'6" Panya Davis, transfer from New Mexico Junior College, jumping it up in the circle. That'll be a fun matchup to watch in the paint between her and Sarah Williams.
A great battle in there.
KK Arnold getting this offense underway. UConn coming off a victory over Louisville, the number 20 ranked team in the country here. Strong, letting it fly from three. That is no good. An offensive rebound, keeping it alive by Easy Fudd. The position underneath, Sarah Williams can't connect. And another opportunity for the Huskies. Slicing through, a lane opened up for Arnold. She couldn't convert on the lay-in, and we're still staying right here on the first possession.
Yeah, Florida State, they cannot give 4 opportunities in 1 possession to the defending national champs.
Easy Fudd off target, and finally that comes to an end for Florida State on their first possession of the game. A team that led the nation last year in points per game, nearly 87 per contest, and there is Williams taking off with the extension.
And that's what she's done all year, is come off the bench and score immediately. Today she gets the start.
New transfer from Texas A&M, one of 6 transfers new to this team after Florida State lost 2/3 of its scoring offense from last year. And Williams needing some help at the free throw line. She's going to put a mid-range shot. That's no good. Shot 32% from the mid-range last year at Wisconsin. Easy Fudd. Couple dribble pull-up, so pure, knocking down the mid-range.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who can shoot the ball more beautifully than AZ Fudd. Just such a sweet release.
Could watch it over and over again, think about it, going off to sleep every single night, leading into the comfort of your dreams. That's how beautiful that shot is. Sydney Bowles picks up her dribble, 7 to shoot for the Seminoles, spinning and having that blocked by the 2023 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year is Panya Davis. Back to UConn basketball. Easy Fudd, another in-rhythm shot. Can't knock it down that time, though, and the Seminoles will clean up the glass. Streaking her way up the floor, Jasmine Shavers. She also has that blocked.
The nice kick from KK Arnold. You know, Fudd, a great spot-up shooter, but works so hard, can easily shoot off the bounce as well.
It is dizzying to think of the number of times she has practiced that in a gym. Pump fake, 2 dribble, pull up. Davis wrapped up inside the UConn bench, fired up for Sarah Williams, who brings great athleticism and length on the interior.
Here, really good defense here, good footwork to force that turnover.
Meg, this is going to be a transition for Panya Davis, getting used to the physicality, let alone playing the number 1 team in the country. They're strong, taking a bump, and she'll be shooting 2 free throws.
That's a tough matchup. As good as Kubek is defensively for Brooke Wyckoff, Sarah Strong is really, really difficult to defend, because not only can she shoot the ball from not only 15 or 20 feet, but man, she can get to the basket quickly off the dribble.
Just saw there Brooke Wyckoff coaching at her alma mater, now in her 4th official season at the helm. Led this team last year to their first NCAA tournament victory in the first round since 2019. Has this team on a positive trajectory, but they lost 3 first-team All-ACC honorees, and Tanaya Latson, who's now at South Carolina. We also have Michaela Timpson, who was on the Indiana Fever last season, and Omaria Gordon. After those free throws, Seminoles basketball again. Ali Kubek letting it fly from 3 along the baseline. That was something we saw quite a bit of her at Maryland, where she helped that team to the Sweet 16 last year, a Maryland native, now at her 3rd school. Fudd will drive, kick her strong for 3, and she gets the bounce.
What a smart kick there by Fudd to the wide open Strong in the corner, who got the nice friendly home roll.
And some full court pressure from the Huskies as Fudd will now backtrack. Close start here, UConn leading by 2. Here's Shavers launching a 3, and she rattles it home. Shavers had been waiting for that. Was 0 for 6 in their last game, 0 for 3 from long range, but she's one of the top 3-point gunners in the Big 12 last season at Texas Tech. Sarah Williams is going to slice her way through, can't finish at the rim, and she's working to find her efficiency at the hoop.
Yeah, this is a different level here of just consistency every day off the Florida State miss.
The trailer strong for three, not that time. Sky for the rebound is Shea, but she has it stripped away, and then a foul is called on Shea. They've got a quick pace to start this game, especially beyond the arc.
Yeah, I love how Florida State has come in and is shooting the ball well and aggressively. UConn finally getting better from behind the arc from Strong, but Florida State coming in. There's no problem coming up north here at this time of year when it's, what is it, probably 75 down in Tallahassee.
Well, especially for this offense where there's basically no shot. That is a bad shot. But you mentioned
yeah,
UConn.
They've got all kinds of green lights.
Off the miss, clean the glass is Strong. Darting her way to the rim, leaving it off nearly a three-point play. Shade to Arnold. And some free throws coming up here. Team foul number 2.
What a terrific look there.
Arnold to the line.
How about that bounce pass? Arnold wanted that badly to give Ashlyn Shade the assist.
It's fun to see those two play off of each other in the same class. They are both juniors. Arnold from Wisconsin, Shade from Indiana. They were both starters their freshman season, took a backseat role last season coming off the bench. Now back in the starting lineup and really play off each other well.
They do. You know, they got thrust into the starting lineup as freshmen because this team was decimated by injuries. So maybe they weren't quite ready for it. Nothing like baptism by fire. But two just workhorses for this team.
Williams, no good from three, and the rebound ripped down by Sarah Strong. Looking up ahead, the playmaker dropping a dime, but Williams can't quite corral it.
And that's what Gina Oriema just said to Sarah Strong. Hey, good idea, but she's not going to catch the ball there. You don't have to make that play.
Coach Oriema really likes that Strong is a player who can grab the rebound, start the break, bring the ball up the floor. It's a different dynamic for this team that goes back to players like Brianna Stewart or Maya Moore, for example. Here, the steal, easy, but patient, and she kisses it off glass for 2.
UConn going to be much more full court pressure this year because of their depth.
Coach Oriema joked earlier this season, I have to remember how to sub again because we were decimated by injury for so many years. There's another rebound for Strong as she weaves up the floor. Two-player game back inside to Strong, whipping a pass to Fudge. She's got it. Exquisite offense by the Huskies.
It's so dangerous on the break. If you can get the ball up the floor quickly, change side of the floor, and then kick it out, defense not ready.
Another steal. Here comes Arnold going strong to the rim. And a whistle comes her way. The UConn Huskies humming right now. A 6-0 run to lead 13-8. And it's because of their unselfishness. Drawing the defense, and Fudd takes care of it.
To recover, just such a smart play, such an outstanding passer.
She had one of the best freshman seasons in UConn history, which says a lot in and of itself. The Big East preseason player of the year named to basically every trophy watch list that exists. Last year, the Big East and National Freshman of the Year and All-American, and she is just beginning to scratch the surface of her talent. Full court pressure by the Huskies, currently in possession of an 8-0 run. Here, Emma Risch bringing the ball up the floor. Spent the last 2 years at Notre Dame, and she turns it right over Kaylee Heckel. Two-player game back to Fudd. But she's going to shuffle her feet and squander that fast break opportunity. But an example, Meg, of UConn turning defense into offense, but also willing to play at the pace that Florida State wants to.
Yeah, UConn going to be much more up-tempo this year than they've been. And Heckel had just entered the game and immediately made an impact with that steal.
Risch now orchestrating this offense past the midway point of this first quarter here in Stores. Risch going to take it one-on-one. Schaefer's Now darting her way into the rim, that is no good. Offensive rebound, Avery Treadwell, who's picked up some big minutes, and you can tell she gets fired up as she puts that back up and in.
Well, that was complete effort there by Treadwell. Credit her for just wanting that ball more than anybody else.
Averaged 2.8 points per game last year, finding more time on the floor as Fudd will miss at the rim. UConn not taking advantage of all the opportunities sent their way, shooting about 30% from the floor right now.
Yeah, they've missed a couple easy layups. A great pass there from El Alfie, not getting the assist.
Bulls had nowhere to go, and that's going to be a 3-second violation, a turnover for Florida State.
Well, and as we saw today at shoot-around, UConn worked completely on defense the entire hour and a half. Really good footwork. You got to get it done on the defensive end. Now, they haven't been able to turn it into as much offense here this afternoon. But defense is just a mindset. They're very disciplined.
Disciplined, hard workers every single possession. Dropped out inside. Jana El Alfie takes care of it off the feet from Fudd. UConn finding some good success penetrating. Haven't always had the efficiency around the rim as there's a tie-up right here.
Kaylee Heckel once again making things happen on that defensive end, but how about some really good ball movement and sharing of the basketball and a strong finish from El Alfie, who's had a quiet season thus far. These couple games had come off a summer injury. It's good for her and her teammates to get her back out on that floor.
Soleil Williams, the crossover, the floater, the finish not there though, and yet another rebound for Sarah Strong. That is 6 here in the first quarter. Finds the sprinting El Alfie, but rejected by Risch.
What a great play by Risch to knock that ball away. What a block. Really good pass and a good catch. What a heads-up play by Risch.
Tough feeling as a post player. You're sprinting the floor going 94 feet. You think you got a lay-in right here. Snatched away. Good work by Risch as UConn gets back into the flow of their offense. Fudd wants that 3. Doesn't have it that time. Good box out by Treadwell as she tries to regain control. But right there, Ali Zabel wreaking havoc. And we'll stay here.
That's just good extra effort there by Zabel to keep this play alive. What a good box out, but just couldn't get a hold of the ball. Hustle there by Zabel. Great effort by everybody on the floor.
2:36 on the clock here in the first quarter in Stores, a 17-10 lead for the defending national champions, preseason number 1. Heckel, the transfer from USC, a second game with the Huskies, and she'll turn it over there with the travel movement a little too fast.
A little too fast, well defended.
This is also a Florida State defense that wants to be disruptive. They are synonymous with offense, leading the nation in points per game last year, keeping that same mentality, but they want their defense to lead to offense. Heckel getting the assignment on Soleil Williams, this team's leading scorer and passer. She's going to pull up from 3 and banks it in.
Wow, how about that? The lefty from the top of the key, banking it in.
She played a completely different style at Texas A&M to continue this pace at the point guard position. Getting her props from her head coach, Brooke Wyckoff, making that transition. Here is Sarah Strong earning herself a trip to the free throw line.
That's really impressive, dribbling right off the screen, pulling up left. Who knew? It's Sunday afternoon here in Stores. The banks are open.
She's a 31% career three-point shooter, coming off a game in which she tied for the team high with 15 points in their win over Georgia Southern. It was Strong at the free throw line. She's got 5.6 rebounds and an assist already. Against Louisville, played 38 minutes, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in game number 1 of her sophomore season as she nets the second. UConn continuing with the full court pressure. Tatum Green can't quite handle the pass, and it's a Florida State turnover. Allie Kubek, Ashlyn Shade return to the contest. And it'll be interesting, Meg, to keep an eye on UConn. It's a couple possession game right now, but something Coach Oriema told media earlier this week is they're still working with their rotations in different lineups that we might see. He said, I don't want anybody to get too comfortable. We're looking at small lineups, large lineups, and how everything works together. So keep an eye on for that.
Yeah, he's getting pretty cocky. He's got, what, 15 players on his roster? He hasn't had this many since the late 90s.
Oh, Zabel, the hesitation and explosion to the rim for two. That was quite the move by Allie Zabel. Looking through Davis at the high post. Two international players, but Alfie says no. Ashlyn Shade ignited the other direction. She can lay it up and in, and the rebound collected by Rich. Rich pushing the pace, tried to split defenders, but Zabel right there to break it up.
Tell you, Zabel has come in and made some things happen with the handoff, the hesitation, and then the nice turn right to the rim.
Kubek travels there, turns it over for Florida State. And for Florida State, that is 7 turnovers compared to 5 field goals that they have in this first quarter, trailing 21-13.
After that walk call, Kubek looked at the official as she ran back, and he goes, she said, hey, I was pushed.
Now Alfie hesitates inside. More ball movement around the perimeter by the Huskies. Couple dribble pull-up for Heckel, who drops it through. Heckel won a Big Ten regular season championship last year at USC. In her UConn debut, 14 points on 6 of 12 shooting. She looks comfortable to start off against the number 20 team in the country. Tonya Davis lining up a 3, that's no good. And Sarah Strong collects another. That is 8 rebounds in quarter number 1 for the preseason Big East Player of the Year.
She's sneaky, the stats she compiles.
Oh, the move by Heckel. She can't convert as she hung in the air. And that is how the first quarter will end. UConn was able to find some life later on, some efficiency later on, and lead by 10 at 23-13. Moving on to the second quarter here at Storrs, a special night to celebrate the banner unveiled and bringing the offense and the defense at that. Because the 12 is not a big deal to him, he said, which imagine saying that.
Right.
It is the 30-year gap from 1995 to 2025 to win that amount in that span, the same group. That is the most special.
It's unheard of, yeah. What he and his staff have accomplished here is unheard of.
Tonya Davis, a hard take to the rim.
What a strong finish, showing her upper body strength to get that in. Wow, some solid body contact.
Strong fires it inside, having the position is Sarah Williams. She misses at the rim. She hasn't been able to find that go-to look. Well, Gino Auriemma, his resume speaks for itself. He is the winningest coach in NCAA history. 1,251 wins is the most all-time. A 12-time national champion. That one also historic. Arnold finding success as she barrels her way to the rim for 2.
Here in her sophomore season early on, you could just tell the maturity. You know, what do they say? The greatest thing about freshmen is that they become sophomores. Well, KK Arnold knowing when and when not to, a little bit better already this season.
Sydney Bowles, leading returning scorer for Florida State, has been quiet so far, misses that shot. Here's Kubek, and she will grab a home of 3. (25-18) is UConn's lead. Florida State playing without a starter today, and Maya Bonner. As Allie Zabel letting it fly from 3, and Defensive rebound there by Rich. Skip it into the front court. Shavers is going to leave it off. Panya Davis getting Williams up in the air, forces it up. It'll be a blocking foul on Arnold.
Arnold quite demonstrative when that block foul was called. She thought she had the position. It's a good aggressive take by Davis.
Coach Brooke Wyckoff is really excited about what her ceiling can be. She said she is one of the fastest players on the team, even with the ball in her hands at 6'6", as she goes back to work at the high post, loses her footing, and Arnold is going to come up with a loose ball. Ashlyn Shade stepping into a three in rhythm. That is left short. Zabel working hard on her time on the floor. Sarah Strong, that's going to be an offensive foul. Maybe dip that shoulder into Kubek.
Yeah, that left shoulder dipped.
Well,
My bad.
Well, Florida State has brought in 6 transfers this season, and actually Soleil Williams played for 1 season at Texas A&M with Sydney Bowles, who was one of the returners, 3 returners on this team. But Panya Davis was the top recruit in junior college basketball. She makes her way to Tallahassee.
And the 3 returning kids really had a lot to do with bringing these 7 new kids in. And they have melded quickly and nicely with this Florida State culture.
Sarah Strong with the rejection on the other side. She's going to take off to the rim on this side, dropping it off for Williams. The playmaking, unstoppable by Sarah Strong.
What an unselfish pass from Strong to her teammate, where all Williams had to do was catch and lay it in. She struggled a little bit early on. That's the way to get her confidence going.
That's officially 1,500 career points for Sarah Williams. Now in her 4th season, spent her first 3 at Wisconsin. Strong looking ahead. Ball finds itself inside Sarah Williams. That was poked away, and it's going to stay right here.
If Williams hadn't missed a couple shots, I think she shoots that ball. Instead, her confidence is wavering a little bit. Kick it outside. How about the hands there of Sarah Strong? Both ends of the floor, and the unselfish pass, splitting the defense so as to not commit a second offensive foul.
7 points, 8 rebounds, 7 minutes before halftime. I have a feeling that's going to be a pretty routine goings on for Sarah Strong. Just like shots like that, holding off her defender, and the turnaround is good. Williams will drive and kick a deep 3 for Bowles. She gets the friendly bounce.
Florida State's loving these rims here this afternoon.
Florida State has 8 field goals, 5 of them from long range, keeping them afloat in this game on the road against the #1 team in the country. This is a Florida State squad picked to finish 9th in the ACC preseason poll, as Brooke Wyckoff is going to call a timeout. The UConn Huskies leading 29-21, nearly midway through the second quarter, but Sarah Strong has her fingerprints all over this game. She can shoot it from anywhere and showing off the repertoire. And was a big part of that team.
Absolutely, still beloved here in Connecticut. You watch her up and down that sideline. She's in such good shape. She looks like she could still play.
She very much does. But had a 8-year WNBA career as a foul called on that miss.
Ashlyn Shade a little bit too aggressive. A little dramatics too from the offensive player. Wisely fell down, gets herself to the line.
Emma Risch knocks down the first. She had season-ending injuries, stalling her freshman and sophomore seasons at Notre Dame. But when she was in high school, she was an All-American, a top 20 recruit in the country. And for her career, Meg, 42% from 3, which explains that kind of closeout.
Wow, that's a ridiculous number from three-point range.
Both her and Tatum Green, Coach Wyckoff is excited to see them unleash their potential. They've been beset by either injuries or just having their teams not go far enough. and hoping they'll be uplifted in a new environment in Tallahassee.
And it's nice to see Rish is getting just healthier and healthier. The worst thing for these kids is those kids who get beset by injury. You hate to see it.
Heckel weaves her way through, comes right back out of the paint, gets it back from Fudd. A three on the way is not there, and so like Williams is now going to sprint up the floor. Shavers, one dribble, pull-up three, not that time, and Zabel has had really positive minutes on the floor, secures another rebound for the Huskies.
Gino Auriemma has been really high on Ali Zabel for some time.
And they're still waiting to unlock her as a shooter as well. Shot 45% her senior season. The McDonald's All-American game three-point contest win. This Fudd going back door, she loses the handle.
That's a tough call. The entire Florida State bench is up and irate. I don't blame them. AZ Fudd had lost the handle on the ball and it was going out of bounds. It was a terrific cut and a great pass from El Alfi. She lost the ball and had sort of given up on the play.
You almost thought the foul was going to go the other way because of the disappointment on the face of Fudd. I think she was just upset at herself for
just mad that she had butterfingers and dropped it out of bounds.
But she'll have two free throws coming up. A magnificent shooter, obviously from deep and at the free throw line throughout her career. As Ali Kubek will check back in.
Fudd shot 92% from free throw range last year.
Maybe she's inspired by a fellow UConn alum, Nafisa Collier, who became the second player in WNBA history with a 50-40-90 season last season, I should say, 2025 for the Minnesota Lynx.
Tell you what, Nafisa Collier is just a different level. She's unreal.
Absolutely unreal. Back-to-back years, the runner-up for MVP behind Asia Wilson. Haley Heckel bringing the pressure, and she's going to lay it up and in for two. The UConn Huskies are smothering in the backcourt.
Yeah, Heckel and KK Arnold are a dangerous duo.
Bated breath there for nearly another steal. As Shavers with the skip pass, Rish with good rhythm, that's not there, and El Alfi is able to pull it in. Working through El Alfi at the high post.
Good decision to not throw that pass off the good Fudd cut. It was well defended by Florida State.
Just beautiful ball movement happening right now for the Huskies. Heckel, the mid-range doesn't fall, and Shavers secures it. And then she's double teamed in the corner. She's in trouble right now. Heckel threatening to take it away. Shavers falls on top of her. Looks a little bit shaken up. The two of them landing on the floor with a hard collision. Looks like Shavers was checking up on her.
Yeah, good sportsmanship there. They're going to call it jump ball. That was just good hustle by everybody.
What you love to see in early November, I mean, everyone is chomping at the bit to get going, but I mean, this is a big non-conference opportunity for both of these teams. UConn trying to go 2-0 against two ACC teams. And this would be obviously a signature victory for Florida State in kind of a new era. Not a transition year. They still have the same high expectations, but with 7 new players. Look at that pass. Unreal. Arnold into Strong.
Spectacular entry pass from KK Arnold.
An example, when you're the post player, you get the position.
Yeah,
you're rewarded with that kind of pass.
That's right. Your teammates will find you.
Sydney Bowles has not found any breathing room against the Huskies in the half court. She turns it over. Here's Heckel again in the passing lane. The up and under is denied and taken away by Florida State. Look at the engine of Solway Williams bursting down the floor. It looks like she stepped out of bounds. A turnover from Bowles.
So if you do the work in that low post, to see the defense was on the high side, and she was just able to thread that needle. No weak side help coming on that low side.
Meg, it's one of the fun things watching KK Arnold this season. You think about her coming into her own, watching other point guards like Paige and Nika Mule and Caitlin Chen, as well as the Huskies put another one on the board.
Florida State wanted an offensive foul called on Fudd, pushing off with the right arm.
Fudd with 11 points, tied for the game high with her teammate Sarah Strong. Strong picks it up, looking to go coast to coast here, and gets the foul.
I mean, she's got those deceptively quick hands. Slowed up a little bit and felt the pressure. Davis wondering what?
Three-point play coming up for Sarah Strong and the Huskies. Very much possible within her career, if not this season, to be added to that list with the kind of potential she has. It is boundless.
The question is, how many times will she be put on that list and win the award? That would be my question.
She converts on the three-point play, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. For Sarah Strong, just an all-around player in every sense. 3 minutes to play in the first half. UConn again stifling defensively. It's going to stay here with the Seminoles.
AZ Fudd with the near steal.
UConn has 8 steals in this first half alone. Now 10 seconds to shoot for Florida State. Sydney Bowles calls her own number. That's too strong. And ripped away. It is Panya Davis attacking right at Strong. And she'll have 2 free throws coming up.
Love the effort there by Davis to track down that offensive rebound and then put it back up and get fouled.
Physicality of this game, but growing up in Australia, competed in netball, but realized I'm going to find more opportunities for myself in my career and to continue playing in basketball. So she left that behind.
Can't imagine how good she was at netball because she's pretty darn good at basketball.
Sometimes you find yourself down a studying rabbit hole. For me, it was watching netball competition. Here's Strong taking off, an unstoppable take.
What a quick first step.
UConn now firmly in command, 42-25. Florida State had been sticking around for much of this first half despite shooting woes and turnover woes. Here is Kaylee Heckel coming up with it again. Fudd, the trailer, wide open. She's got it.
Doesn't take much for Fudd. She needs just a split second.
That is her second triple. She's got 14 points, 3 assists as well in half number 1. Another steal. Fudd in the passing lane, and she takes it all the way.
UConn's defense has done that historically, just smothering half court, steal it, and it turns it into offense.
This is overall an 18-2 run for the UConn Huskies. Heckel is calling out for some help. It comes in the form of Strong, who forces a jump ball. And the arrow will keep it right here.
So much about defense is discipline, being at the right place at the right time. Fudd with the outstretched hand in that passing lane created that steal, and easy 2 at the other end.
In for the Seminoles, number 32, Avery Trutwell.
47-25 is UConn's lead. It'll be Bowles taking it out. 12 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Looking to lob it into Treadwell. Another steal for the Huskies and a 3-on-2 opportunity. Heckel stops on a dime. The extra pass, here's Fudd. Not that time from 3.
Gotta love the pass from El Alfie, though. Unselfishly, she could have shot a layup. Why not give it to AZ Fudd, one of the best shooters ever?
That's a daughter of a coach right there for you. Well, coming up, we will have the Jeep halftime report. Stay tuned for highlights from the first half. Mike Hill will have an AZ Fudd feature. We'll also preview tomorrow's huge Oklahoma-UCLA game right here on FS1.
Florida State now the bonus for the remainder of the second quarter. Then free throw line number 15, Sylvan Williams for 2 shots.
Soleil Williams at the free throw line, good on the first. Williams, the leading scorer, leader in assists on this team inserted into the starting lineup with Amaya Bonner not with the team due to illness. And here comes the season debut of Caroline Ducharme, and on her birthday, no less, did not play against Louisville. Just a wonderful story of her perseverance coming back from multiple head and neck injuries to return this season.
Yeah, not only a crowd favorite, a team favorite, a program favorite, just a great kid who's had a lot of bad luck in her career, but she keeps fighting.
But the student section saying happy birthday to her.
Doesn't happen often, right?
Zabel trying to get the step along the baseline. She'll kick it over to Fudd. 4 seconds to shoot. One dribble pull up. Too smooth from Fudd. Now up to a 22-point lead. Just a couple possessions, it feels like minutes ago, as Bowles can't counter, and flying in for the rebound is Ducharme.
Good hustle for the rebound by Ducharme. Love the box out by El Alfie to clear out the space in there.
One of those things you wish was a box score stat every once in a while. Flood's going to take some time off the clock, about a 2-second difference shot game clock. Trying to take Bowles off the dribble. Puts it in for 2. A 51-point first half for the UConn Huskies, who looked like there were no answers to stop them.
I tell you what, we saw them miss a bunch of layups early, but they really buckled down, and it all started at that defensive end, creating steals and opportunities at the other end.
That is the end of half number 1 here in Stores. The score 51-27. UConn on banner reveal night. Half alone. She had 9 rebounds in game number 1, 13 double-doubles last season. She's a machine in that regard as UConn with the basketball. First possession of the second half. Put their foot on the gas in the second half of the second quarter. And Sarah Strong continuing where they left off with that triple.
You're going to have to contest more than that against Sarah Strong.
Soleil Williams trying to find any kind of breathing room. Sydney Bowles gets herself into the paint, kisses it off glass for 2.
Way to use the glass, Florida State.
And the first half, Williams, the leading scorer for the Seminoles, with 7 points, but they shot just over 30% in that first half, while UConn held to 35% shooting in that first quarter, 63% in the second quarter. They just flipped a switch.
You watch this, just a little exchange, not communicated well by Florida State. And Kubik, you got to get out there a little bit more than that. Make Sarah Strong put it on the floor.
K.K. Arnold now engineering this offense. Straight on 3 by Fudd, just rims out. That was halfway down. An offensive rebound. Sarah Williams using every bit of that pivot. Still can't get it to fall at the rim, and the rebound snared by Panya Davis, pushing it up the floor. Bowles trying to go one-on-one. Well contested at the free throw line. That doesn't go, and K.K. Arnold off to the races. Has one to beat, the sidestep, and finish at the rim.
I like the way she used the glass there. Really good finish on the run by Arnold.
Good look. Jasmine Shavers knocks it down for 3. Back the other way. Hope he didn't blink. Ashlyn Shane, though, an offensive foul. That's going to be the 3rd on Shea.
Yeah, nice job by Florida State to get back and get in position. You watch the previous possession, just right off the floor. Nice job avoiding the contact. And the nice finish, kissing it off the glass.
She is just lightning quick with the ball in her hands. You add that to her defensive intensity and how she turns that in to eruption at the rim. Great example there.
And she's done such a better job of controlling her body.
Sarah Strong in the passing lane says, I'll take that for my team. Going all the way to the cup for 2.
Those quick hands on the defensive end, knocking that ball away.
That is 12 steals for the UConn Huskies as Davis is just smothered inside by Sarah Williams.
Just stepping in that passing lane, great anticipation. And then dribbling up the floor, can finish, avoiding any contact.
Sarah Williams with another rejection. Here is Shavers launching a three, and the rebound tracked down by Shea. (58-32). UConn's lead at this point in the third quarter. Strong giving a look inside. Such a masterful playmaker. Fudd can't quite hit Sarah Williams, and they're still building those connections with some of these new transfers like Sarah Williams, who's a starter on this team.
Yeah, I mean, she worked hard to get herself open. Fudd's got to do a better job of dropping that ball in there to her hand.
It's something that Coach Oriema talked with us before this game about Sarah Williams, where she was last season at Wisconsin in the 99th percentile in usage rate. Now, how is she going to react when she has fewer touches, when the offense isn't built around her?
And the intensity level here is different. You have to go hard every single possession.
It's different when you go from a program that has struggled to win to the defending national champions. No doubt about that. Strong, able to feed Sarah Williams perfectly that time.
Pass it away from the defense, led her right to the rim.
And we had the perfect view of Williams, her eyes lighting up. All right, now we're ready. Sarah Williams, 4 points, 2 for 7 shooting, reached 1,500 career points in the first half last year, averaged nearly 20 and 10. Here, getting in the passing lane, showing it all off. Count it.
Gets her teammates on the bench up, screaming. What a play. I mean, stepping in the passing lane herself at 6'4" with the finish. It's interesting, you know, she's missed a couple layups here early in the game, yet finishing there on the break while getting bumped does a lot for your confidence.
63-32 is UConn's lead. It's going to be another turnover. It's interesting, we haven't seen many turnovers of that variety by Florida State. They have turned it over 19 times, but 12 of those have been UConn steals, the live ball variety.
Yeah, Florida State has done a really good job of not having those sorts of turnovers that certainly will lead to havoc on the other end. They've made better decisions.
Zabel lines up a three and drains a three. It's a 10-0 run for the UConn Huskies, who closed the first half on a 22-4 burst. And there hasn't been an answer for their dominance. Soleil Williams inserted into the starting lineup, waits for a screen from Treadwell, will reject it. Here's Ellie Kubek, no good from long range. An offensive rebound by Risch. But coughed up, bodies flying everywhere. That's the intensity that we expect from these two teams. Zabel in on the action. The foul there going on Treadwell.
Yeah, you appreciate the effort, though, trying to dive in there, trying to make things happen. Thankfully, nobody gets hurt.
Kaylee Heckel coming in for KK Arnold. Nearing the midway point of this third quarter here in Stores, the Huskies with two 20-point scores apiece. One of them is AZ Fudd, adding to her tally. Now 23 with her third triple. Kubek almost turns it over. It has been relentless pressure by the UConn Huskies in the backcourt. And I know it's only early November, Meg, but they have not looked fatigued at all. That was something that AZ Fudd talked about after the Louisville win, where she said there were times where the communication broke down. I blamed our fatigue.
Yeah, they don't look fatigued here at all today.
Oh, what a dime. Across half court, and the reversal by Sarah Williams. Gorgeous basketball by the defending champions. You alluded to it, Meg, maybe speaking it into existence of Williams finding that kind of rhythm right now in the third quarter. She's in the passing lane once more, showing her activity. Risch lets it fly for three. UConn back with the basketball. That ended, or at least paused, the 15-0 run by the Huskies, but Strong is wide open. She can't knock it down, though. Whistle on the weak side. 71-35. Absolute dominance by the UConn Huskies, playing all 94 feet and getting the transfer involved.
And a lot of smiles on that bench right now.
36 points off turnovers for the UConn Huskies. You think back to the second quarter, they led just by 6, 29-23 against the Florida State Seminoles at the 6:19 mark of the second quarter. They've not been messing around since. 3 on the way and good for Jasmine Shavers and the Seminoles. They've gotten out 8 threes of their 12 total buckets in this game. Police Fisher, her first action, turns it over. Up the other way, and scoring off that turnover is Soleil Williams. First action of her UConn career for Khalees Fisher in the corner. Here's Goal driving to the rim and dropping it through.
Impressive the way she cut through the defense with the behind the back changing direction in traffic.
Shifty player is Heckle. Trying to catch up to Bowles, who takes some contact, can't get it to fall. But Davis right there for the putback and the contact.
A smart play by Davis. To grab the ball in the air, put it back while getting fouled without coming back down. It's just a savvy basketball play.
Coach Wyckoff says the sky is the limit for her, playing at the NCAA Division I level for the very first time, and just her third game with Florida State, playing the #1 team in the country. 6 points, now 7 points, 6 rebounds for Davis. Top-ranked player out of junior college. Lob comes inside to El Alfie, but is picked off by Bowles, and another chance to score.
Yeah,
off a UConn turnover.
Yeah, ill-advised pass by Heckle, but well defended by Florida State.
Bowles thought about the step back. It's Tatum Green launching a 3, and she's got it. 9 triples for the Seminoles. They're on an 11-2 run right now here at Campbell. Only 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Fisher looking to settle things down. She'll get it over to Heckle. Heckle calling her own number for the mid-range, and she made that look good. Williams with a burst up the floor, and she's going to go 94 feet with some razzle-dazzle at the end.
Love the finish. No one stopped the ball. Heads-up play by Williams.
Khalees Fisher explodes to the rim for 2, and this is the pace we saw to start this game when it was a back-and-forth contest within a couple possessions. This is exactly how Florida State wants to play. Last season, 8th in pace in the nation, also leading the NCAA in points per game. Turn in the corner is Heckle. Look at that speed to the rim, ripped down by El Alfie, and she'll be shooting 2. Soleil Williams is a really exciting player for Florida State because of plays like this.
Well, I just love, kept her head up, kept attacking. No one stopped the ball, and the pretty finish with the left hand.
Williams today with 11 points. She's a leading scorer for the Seminoles on 4 of 6 shooting. 3 rebounds, 3 assists has really been a bright spot for Florida State in this game where they have struggled to shoot. El Alfie good on the first. And goes 2 for 2. And UConn continues to build off its largest lead. Williams slowing it down in the half court for the Seminoles. Williams threading the needle, but that was picked off by the Huskies. Zabel comes up with it.
Yeah, really good team defense there by UConn. Everyone knew where the ball was. Good weak side help.
Zabel sets herself up for a long two. She drains it.
Playing with so much confidence right now, Ellie Zabel.
Zabel with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 4 rebounds as well. She's been active, she's been disruptive, she's forced jump balls.
Yeah, she looks comfortable.
20 seconds to play. Shot no good by Rish. And it will be UConn basketball off of Kubek. 81-48 is UConn's lead. And shot clock off for Heckel and the Huskies. Heckel, the mid-range is good. She has put together a tremendous back-to-back games for the Huskies in her debut for this team. The launch by Bowles hits iron, but is no good. And we head to the fourth quarter. UConn still in control. A dominant effort so far by the Huskies, putting up already 83 points, leading 83-48. It's been offense and defense, veterans and newcomers all the same. Having a day today.
Over there.
Just some shenanigans over on the bench.
Exactly. Remember, they are kids.
83-48 is UConn's lead at this point. Rish will drain a 3. UConn shooting 57% for this game. Looking to go to 2-0 this season. Preseason #1 in the AP poll, the 12th time in program history, first since 2017, as Khalees Fisher, the freshman from Baltimore, moving the basketball. Now under 10 to shoot. Zabel trying to get some help inside the paint. Fisher darts through opponents, can't get that to fall. Green is going to take off right to the rim. Scores around El Alfi. A nifty move by the Boston College transfer.
Love that aggressive take to the rim.
Zabel travels there, taking off. Well, this was a great moment for UConn basketball. The first school to have both the NBA and WNBA Rookie of the Year in the same season. Stephon Castle and Paige Beckers, and both in Texas at that.
Yeah, 2 great kids who have gone on to do even better than they did here at UConn. Castle only here at UConn for 1 year, but already making big things happen in the NBA.
Allie Kubek for 3, but how about Paige Becker? She was the #1 pick in the Unrivaled draft. She's going to Team Breeze. So I'm excited to see someone like her in particular, with her prowess, how she likes to play, playing in that modified full court 3-on-3 down in Miami coming up.
Yeah, it'll be really fun to see how she plays. She's a great teammate. So it'll be a lot of fun to see how she can adapt to that 3-on-3 style. As El Alfi goes out, just committed an over the back call, over the back foul. Really nice box out by Florida State.
If there's anyone who has the instincts, IQ, communication to be pretty lethal when it comes to the 3-on-3 game, Paige is going to be up there for me. Here is Kubek. That is no good. Ducharme secures the rebound and finds Khalees Fisher. Fisher is going to be fouled by Bowles. Paige Beckers, one of the greats, of course, winning, capping off her tremendous career, her embattled career with a national championship, Player of the Year her rookie season, 3-time AP first team All-American. And then just had a tremendous rookie season of the WNBA as well, the WNBA Rookie of the Year. She's going to have a new head coach, and Jose Fernandez, the former head coach of the South Florida Bulls. And I'm really excited to see how he might transform her game or really utilize her in the best way possible.
Yeah, he's a great coach, a great guy. He's going to do, I think, tremendous things in Dallas. They're going to love him down there.
Well, Coach Auriemma is a big fan of Coach Fernandez. Is really someone who's in his corner, has a ton of respect. So maybe they'll be trading notes, perhaps, on Beckers.
For sure. And they'll be eating and drinking wine, I'm sure, when they do it.
That part for sure.
Yeah, they like to go out to eat a lot when they were both in the same conference.
83-58. UConn has been in control since a couple minutes before halftime. But it was a two-possession game as early as 29-23 at the 6:19 mark of the second quarter before UConn put their foot on the gas, and they have not relented yet.
Smart play here by KK Arnold to pull it out and run offense, not to force it.
Nice Brady working through the high post. Ashlyn Shade will now find Ducharme. And it's going to be an offensive foul inside going on Ayanna Patterson. Or rather, Ducharme is going to be on.
And she smiled. I think she knew she did it.
But we're seeing more of UConn's bench and its depth. And speaking of Patterson, this is her first time playing in a game now, in 960 days as Kubek attacks the rim for Florida State. Her last game was, she got in against Ohio State in the NCAA tournament on March 25th, 2023. Someone who has been incredibly resilient. First a knee injury, then shoulder surgery. Has missed so much time. Here she gets the touch deep in the paint, puts it up and in. And how good does that feel for Ayanna Patterson?
Well, you can hear the crowd, the great reaction. Everyone loves Ayanna Patterson. One of the greatest kids, hardworking, just has had some bad luck, but just, as you mentioned, resilient, just keeps fighting and always has a smile on her face.
She said her goal this season is just to get her legs under her, get in shape, letting the game come to me. The cards fall where they fall, but I want to author my own story, not the player who was beset by so many significant injuries, but had that comeback to become a key member of this team.
And she's a freak athlete. Let me tell you what, the kid can jump out of the gym. As Ducharme knocks down a three to a huge ovation.
So many feel-good stories happening right now for the UConn Huskies with Ducharme, the time she is missed with injury, and her and Patterson scoring back-to-back.
And Ducharme knocking down that three today on her birthday, no less.
Here's Kubek for three. That's no good. Ducharme able to snare it. Nearing the 5-minute mark of this game. And in the passing lane, Sydney Bolts up ahead to Tatum Green. And she'll take care of it here in the footsteps of Patterson, who, as you said, a tremendous athlete. She might have been able to stick that on the backboard.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. She has that ability.
I'm trying to avoid getting sloppy here, and it makes sense calling a timeout at this point, too. 88-62 is their lead. Everything going well for the Huskies, but how about these two players? Caroline Ducharme scoring, Ayanna Patterson scoring for the UConn Huskies. Have worked so hard to get back onto the court. They're being rewarded and having fun here at Gamble. Tomorrow, you'll be able to see the matchup between UCLA and Oklahoma. Very much looking forward to that one. You have Lauren Betts and Reagan Beers competing in that game. Sign me up.
Yeah, what a great early season matchup. And certainly teams are not what they're going to be come February and March, as UConn has a shot clock violation and turns it over here.
We're going to step aside quickly one more time. UConn leading 88-62, late and easy feet.
No, it's not. That guy has certainly done it time and time again, and it's his relentless pursuit. He and Chris Daly have this culture here where just, it's the way that they approach everything day after day after day.
from this team. He said he's thinking about that 0-2 team after they lost in 2001. That angst to win a national championship was palpable. It was in the locker room. It was on the plane. It was during pickup. It was on summer vacation. It was always there every day, and it's what fueled them. And as he's wont to do, started talking philosophically, is Slim Shade scoring on the fast break. He started talking about how he feels like fear of losing has overtaken the desire for success, and how that all kind of factors into a team chasing back-to-back championships.
Yeah, that could be paralyzing if you have that fear of losing where it stymies you. You know, instead, be aggressive and don't worry about it. Just attack every day, prepare yourself. And it also depends on the personalities of your kids. And you have Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd. You got them leading the way, you're going to be okay.
Good take by Panya Davis, earning herself a three-point play. UConn leading 90-64. An ineluctable lead at this point. UConn really took command in the closing minutes of halftime. It was a two-possession game, 29-23, with the 6:19 to go in the second quarter. UConn closed the first half on a 22-4 run, and it's been all Huskies since. Look at the unselfishness. Ducharme setting up Ice Brady.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Ducharme to a perfectly positioned Ice Brady to finish with her left hand.
She's not really looking rusty right now with all the time that she has missed. Panya Davis is completely wrapped up by Ice Brady. Well done defensively.
Great. Caroline Ducharme is so good at getting into traffic and making things happen, reading and feeling the defense coming in addition to the left to Brady, who was wide open. Such a smart play.
She's only played 15 games the last 2 seasons overall. It is her birthday today. And Coach Auriemma, you never know. He said we're still working and mixing up rotations, how that might be. Don't want anyone to get too stagnant, too comfortable. So everybody's playing for playing time. And that's something that Coach Auriemma said, where he said some of these guys have never played on a full roster. They have to show how efficient they can be in a shorter period of time and fight for every minute of playing time. There's a lot of players in that category with things feeling quite open.
There's nothing like competition to earn your minutes, as opposed to what he's had the last couple of years. He had to play people because he didn't have enough bodies.
Ducharme snaking along the baseline, looking magnificent here in her UConn season debut.
The teammates on the bench are loving it. Those are like pictures of what Caroline Ducharme was early in her career.
One of the prize recruits in her class. Soleil Williams knocking down the long-range shot. 3 Seminoles in double figures. She's a leader at 14, 5 of 8 shooting. Now 2 minutes to go here at Gamble.
Nice back cut there by Heckel.
Seized by Fisher, drops it off for Ducharme. Ice Brady along the baseline, no good from 3. Patterson gives it some effort on the glass, but then a whistle.
Yeah, good block out there by Treadwell to create that over the back call. So, watch this. After this play, watch the bench. You think they're a little bit excited for their girl, Carol?
A lot of reasons to celebrate for Caroline Ducharme. And she's looked incredibly strong today. 5 points, 2 of 2 shooting, but get this, 6 rebounds in 8 minutes.
Yeah, talk about efficiency.
She's looked confident, she's looked poised, and it looks like she hasn't played only just 15 games the last 2 seasons. Think about, let's talk about perseverance, but the patience and the belief to see that through, to get back out onto the court with the injuries that she was dealing with.
She's such a smart kid and a smart basketball player, too.
Backdoor is Heckel to perfection, everything but the finish on that play. Now, the ball goes out of bounds with 1:11 to go. Just that amount of time before this one becomes official, and UConn improves to 2-0 this season. the defense. Ice Brady through the contacts.
It's important for Brady's confidence, too, to get some productive minutes out here. And plays like that are the best way to do it. Get the old-fashioned three-point play, strong move to the basket. Anytime you can make it and get fouled, boosts your confidence.
We know Coach Oriema is always a quote machine, but something I like that he said about Ice Brady early on was that he reminds her of Willis Reed, that she has a, quote, old person's game.
Yeah. She really does. She's a great passer, particularly from the high post.
Under a minute to play. And Brady securing that rebound. The Huskies from the outset struggle with their efficiency, but were stifling defensively from the tip. Smooth from the mid-range once more. She's got 12 points, the third Husky in double figures on 50% shooting back-to-back games. 50% from the floor for Kaylee Heckel, the USC transfer.
Good help there by Brady to step up and stop that drive.
Brady, another rebound. The shot clock is off. And the fans and students ready to celebrate on what is already a celebratory afternoon. Banner number 12 is revealed. They back it up with a dominant victory. .99-67 is the final, and the UConn Huskies, the top team in the country, 2-0 this season, leaving no doubts in this one.